This is Dan Zilnick, president of AFARA. I'm coming to you from our offices in downtown Toronto. And later this week, thousands of delegates will be gathering in Glasgow to discuss how to avert catastrophic climate change. Just 80 miles north of the city, there's a tree planting project happening in the Scottish Highlands. And it underscores one of the toughest issues the delegates will need to untangle. And that is the idea of carbon alternative markets. There is a project called the Glengarry, and it aims to plant 1 million trees over 5 years to create negative emissions. And these alternative carbon markets are really tough. So let's dive into it. 60 seconds on the clock starting now. The Glengarry project, 80 miles north of Glasgow, is being funded to the tune of $7 million from Royal Dutch Shell. That's Shell, the oil company. And it isn't generating any carbon credits yet, but when it does, it'll become part of the portfolio that the oil giant is using to claim that it's neutralized its environmental impacts from fossil fuels. But an investigation by Greenpeace and Source Material shows that these claims are questionable. The Scottish government told Greenpeace that it also plans to count those same emission reductions towards their national climate goals. So we've got a huge risk here of the carbon being removed from the air, but counted twice. So each ton counted twice. This is what we call double counting. And Shell has come under scrutiny about this before. The company invested in the Katingan project in Indonesia, which aims to protect peat bogs from illegal logging. And the project started generating credits in 2017, but the Indonesian government declared the land protected 2 years later, while Shell continues to take the carbon credits. So it's lowering the risk of deforestation. Shell's still taking the credits. There's not necessarily additionality here, and again, questioning the quality of these credits. So this is not to put Shell down. Shell's trying really hard to become a net carbon neutral company. The point is that without certainty on a global framework for generating, trading, and expiring offsets, the credibility of all offsets is called into question. So we need to use these alternative carbon markets to get to net zero. And if your company is looking into doing this, you need to look hard at the projects and making sure that these credits are counted once, because the framework to do this well globally around the world is not in place. So to get to net zero, you need to use these alternative carbon markets, but you need to find the right projects that fit with your brand. We also need better standards for offsets today. It's a patchwork. We need to improve that. Finally, and this may be the only time you hear me saying this, this sounds like a great application for the blockchain. The blockchain is really good at making sure that ownership of a single item is owned by one person at one time and cannot be owned or by multiple people simultaneously. So this may be a great time to use NFTs and the blockchain. See you next week, folks. Bye.